Hey everyone, my name is Joe, and today I'm going to show you how to use the Google Sheets query function with a group by. And so we're going to start off with a regular Google Sheet, and here I have a table full of data. There's 160 rows of data. Oh, let me slide this over so you can see all of the data. There it is. So now we have first name, last name, phone number, street address, all broken out into its components, and then an amount as if these people are purchasing something. And so say we have a situation where we want to see what or the amount that people are buying per state. Okay. Now we could go in and do some 50 different filters and sum functions and everything else, or we can type in one simple query function. So I'll show you how to do that now. We're going to open it up with an equal sign and hit Q. It's going to give us our drop down of the functions that start with the letter Q, and we can hit Tab to open that all the way up. Our first parameter is going to be to select our query range. I'm going to hit comma and then open a double quote. And we're going to say select. And right now, we just want to start off with, let's say, the sum of column J. So that's going to be open parenthesis, capital J, close parenthesis. And that's going to be the sum of all of our amounts. We're going to close that double quote and we're going to close that parenthesis. And so for everyone across our data set, that comes up to $8,038.18. So let's break that out into the individual states now. Let's say we can come in here after the sum by column J, and we say we want to group by column H, which is our states, and we can hit enter there. So now it's broken it out by individual states within our data set. The problem here is that we don't know which state is which. It goes to which amount. And so we can simply add in column H into our select statement here and hit column. So it's now we're looking at select H, comma, the sum of J, group by column H. And there we have it. So now we have Alabama has a sales of $157.53. It is that simple. So one thing that you may notice is that our sums over here have dollar signs and our sums over here do not. And the difference with that is because these numbers actually don't have the dollar sign in the string parameter. So if you look up here in our toolbar where we actually type in the data, there is no dollar sign there in the data. So what you're seeing here in this the dollar signs appear here, comes from the formatting that happens when I click this button here. Now, if I were to change that to percentages, right, it changes that there. I can select the entire column and change it to percent. And you can see it doesn't change the data over here because these data points actually don't change. Now what we can do is just simply select column M and hit add currency, and there it is. Another thing to notice is that we have a blank row here. And so what's happened is somewhere in the data set, quite possibly it's looking at the rows below our data set. It's returning back a null value. And so we can make that go away. We can simply come in here in between our select statement and our group by statement, and we can say where, and let's say column J. Oh, I'm sorry, where not column J is equal to null. Uh, there, what is this error? Unable to parse query string for function query. No column null. Uh, I believe that's a is. Okay. I had a brain fart for a moment. Okay, so the proper query is where not column J is null, not equals null. It's is null. And that will eliminate all of the rows that have null data, as in there is nothing there. So there you go. That easy. Oh, one other thing. So this alphabetizes your states. So maybe you don't want to do that. Maybe you want to see by your dollar amounts. You want to sort them that way. You can come in here at the end of your statement, put a space in there, and say order by, let's say, the sum of column J. So keep in mind that whenever you're doing an order by, the order by and then the column name has to match one of the columns that you've selected. And it will not look at just the letter J for column J. It wants to see this entire portion typed out, sum J, right? Because it's creating kind of like a pseudo column in there. And we can hit enter and it will order that from lowest to the greatest amount. And then if you want to see it the other direction, we can add in DESC for descending. And now we can see from the highest amount to the lowest amount. Now we can see that Oklahoma and Texas were our top 2 purchasers from our data set. So there you have it. So if you have any questions or comments, please leave those below. And if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. And if you want to see more, hit the subscribe button so you can see new videos as they come available. You all have a wonderful day.